main point today is, what are you chasing? My first point is, chase God and the good things will find you. So my question for this is, what is your dreams? Does anyone want to answer?
What was the question?
What are your dreams? Brinley?
Play softball in college.
Okay, playing softball in college. John?
Spread the gospel.
Spread the gospel.
Have a family and a career.
To have a family and a career. Emma?
I want to be a physical therapist.
To be a physical therapist. Okay, my dream would probably to be grow up with a loving family and have children. My verse is Luke 12:31. Seek the kingdom of God above all else, and he will give you everything you need. Society tells us every day that we should always chase our dreams and put our dreams first. But God says, chase me and your dreams will follow you. Say yes to God and he will bring the good things to you. There are so many areas in our lives where we want to idolize something else or focus our attention on worldly dreams. But God says if you focus on him and pursue him, then he will give you everything. He will give you everything. So instead of pursuing your worldly dreams first, pursue God first, and then you can pursue your dreams. But make sure that every time you do want to pursue your dreams, you're always putting God first. My second point is, once you choose to pursue God, keep pursuing him. My verse is Romans 8:18. The present sufferings of this time are not comparable to the future glory that will be revealed to believers. Today, I think the problem with a lot of people is they say they are Christian, but only choose to pursue God when the times are good and not when times get hard. When times get hard, a lot of the times people choose to forget about God. But in the times that we have no idea what to do, or the times that we feel mad at God, are the times when we need God the most. God never stops pursuing you and chasing us, even when we sin. So why should we stop chasing him when he's perfect? Pursuing God daily is a choice, not just a commitment once a week. The more you choose to seek God, the more you are able to become like him. Just like when people say the people you hang around are the people you'll become. The more that you choose to seek God, the more you'll become like him and his ways. So don't choose to give up on God when times don't go our way, because he never gives up on us. And point number 3, what are you praying for? Are you praying for his kingdom, or are you praying for worldly stuff? What if God showed up to you tonight and said the answer is yes? Everything that you've prayed for the last week is answered. How would your world be different? Would your world be different? Some things that might have changed for you is you got to eat your favorite food, or you got a good parking spot at the school, or maybe your football team or volleyball team won their game. But is there still injustice and hatred in our world? And is there people around you who don't know Christ? If our prayers are only for us, what does that do for the rest of the world? You should be praying that everyone you know can find God. Because I don't know about y'all, but everyone that's around me, I want to see them in heaven one day. And so that main question I want y'all to think about is, what do you pray for? And the last thing is, chasing everything but God will leave you empty. When you start to seek him first, everything will change in your life.
Okay, I'm going to be talking about being a good neighbor and loving your neighbor. And teaching how to be a good neighbor. Okay, so we're going to be in Luke chapter 10, verse 25, and I got some questions. So, why do these reasons... Oh, Xenon, what might be a reason you pass upon them?
You're late to class.
You're late to class, I like that, okay? So, what do all these reasons have in common? We get so caught up in helping ourselves that we completely throw empathy out the window, okay? We want to help ourselves and not help the other person that is in need, okay? Just like the priest and the Levites. They were concerned about their scheduling or how their image might look if they help this person instead of how might this person feel if I don't help them, okay? Okay. How does this parable challenge us understanding of who our neighbor is? So, what is the definition of a neighbor? Cole? Someone who lives next to you, okay? Braxton? Good answer. We'll go to Jesse. What do you think a neighbor is? Well, this story teaches us that regardless of background or social status, everyone is our neighbor and we should treat them with love and respect, okay? So does everyone have good relationships with their neighbors? Pretty good, pretty good. Checking some nose in the back. How come? Oh, we're getting juicy, huh? Okay. Yeah. In what ways can we identify with the characters in the story? Like, we could identify with the injured man who always needs help, right? He was there. No one had to help him. How would that feel if you just got jumped, basically, and you just got robbed, and people were just passing you up because they were too busy? You wouldn't feel too good, right? Yeah, you feel sad, right? You just got jumped. They took all your clothes, all your money. They stripped them down. What can I say? They just left him there. That's what makes it even worse, right? They just left him there naked on the street. But they were too worried about themselves that they didn't want to help him. How can we apply these lessons from the Good Samaritan in our day-to-day interactions with others? Ari, how can we apply these lessons from our Good Samaritan to our day-to-day interactions with others? Okay. Well, what do you think, Jackson? Turn around. How can we apply the lessons from Good Samaritan in our day-to-day interactions with others? Okay. Or, okay, we can actively look for opportunities to help those around us, whether it be a small act of kindness, like someone accidentally trips, help them up, right? Or if someone accidentally drops a pencil in class, go ahead and help them up. Anything that's small can help them out, right? Okay. What are some barriers that might prevent us from helping others, right? So schedule changes, being late to class, you don't want to hurt your image, you don't know the person, you don't like the person, right? But despite that, we should be offering to help anyone that is in need, okay? Because if we were in need, we want to be helped too. How does this parable inform our understanding of love and service in the context of our faith? How does this parable inform our understanding of love and service in the context of our faith? So we all believe in Jesus, right? We're all here, right? Okay. And what does Jesus want us to do? Love others, like we love ourselves, right? That's why he was very encouraging to show that love despite your differences or despite your sins, right? So, in a way, we are like the priest and Leviathan every day we walk in the hallways, right? I guarantee all of us saw someone today that was in need, right? And what did we do? We just kept on walking because we don't know them. Why should we help them? Or we don't like that person. Why are we going to help a person we don't like? Right? There's no need. But Jesus said that we should help those that are in need, regardless if we know them or if we don't know them, because that's what he would want for us, right? If we were in need, he would want to help us, right? So that leads me to my last point, being a good neighbor in return, okay? So I know most of us, most of us aren't the best people, right? We're bullies, some of us. We've all said something mean before. I think we can all agree, looking around laughing like you ain't the one doing it, but we can all agree that we're all not the best, okay? So how can we be more like the person that helped them? How can we be more like the Good Samaritan that helped them out? How can we be more of a good neighbor to help others along the way? Treat them with the same respect, yeah? As well as not being afraid what other people think, right? Yeah. If someone's in need, we're not just going to pass them up because we're scared of what other people are going to think of us. That's not right. That's no way to live, right? Not at all. The world might hate you for it, but who cares? We live for God, not the world, okay? Okay, so as I'm closing this up, I'm going to give the floor to anyone that wants to share their testimony or anyone that has anything they want to close with or anything they want to add to any of these messages. Feel free.
I'll just say something from right here. When you say people in need, like we can't be ashamed to like help them. Everybody's in need of God, so we can't be ashamed to share the gospel with others like that. That's more when you're explaining like people in need, we're like kind of thinking like how the parable said like a homeless dude or a guy who's fat. that's not the only way you're in need. Like, physically, we're all
Spiritually.
yeah, we're all spiritually in need of God. So that's what like the parables. It's like using that as an example to say we're all spiritually, kind of.
I got 2 questions. Who's afraid to share the gospel?
I mean, I think all of us are sometimes.
Who's not afraid to share the gospel? Notice how none of y'all raised y'all's hands for either question. So maybe we all need help spiritually after all, right? Look around you. How many people actually raised their hands when I said who's not afraid to share the gospel? Maybe like 10. Nah, we have 10. About 10. Yeah, sure. Why not? Okay? So maybe we all need help after all. Maybe we should all help each other and be a good neighbor, okay? Go talk to someone new after this. Don't be afraid to say, hey, how's your relationship with Jesus? Hey, how can I help you with your relationship with Jesus, right? Don't be afraid. Anyone else got anything to say? Jalen?
I was gonna say helping someone can also be like correcting them when they're doing something harmful or being rude to somebody else. Not necessarily doing it in a mean way, but helping them, but being nice about it at the same time. Helping someone.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say something about that. Christians love to use the thing like, oh, how are you gonna judge me when you sin too? I'm not judging you. I'm just gonna tell you how to do something right if you're doing it wrong, right? Because we're gonna go like people get it so upset when you like, hey, you shouldn't do that. That's messed up. You can't be doing that if you follow Jesus. They're gonna be like, no, who are you to judge me? You probably sin too. There's a thing called righteously judging, right? Judge how Jesus would judge, right? Jesus wouldn't just go, hey, you're a sinner. I shouldn't like you for that. I shouldn't follow you for that. You're like, no, Jesus would help you. Hey, you have sinned. Maybe calm yourself down. You shouldn't be doing that if you follow Jesus, right? If you follow me, right? Judging righteously is important, not just taking things out of context and not applying it to yourself. Don't be a hypocrite, right? Anything else? Anyone else to say? Charlie, go ahead.
I saw this thing and it was like people might not run into like a church, but they might run into you. And it's like, are you like if when people do come for you, like when they are in need, are you helping them like out of your heart, or are you just helping them to maybe put them? Like I don't know.
Okay, so are we really helping people? Are we helping out people in private or are we helping them out in public? Okay. Which one sounds better? No, Jesus said, don't be like the Pharisees on the street corner that just pray and pray. Go do your room and I will see it in private. He likes seeing us do stuff even when no one's looking, right? That's what we should aim for. Even if I'm walking on the street by myself, which I don't, 'cause I don't know, but and I see someone that just fell, but I'm not going to take a quick look around to see if anyone's going to look at me and see me. Oh yeah, maybe someone from school will take a picture of this and post me on the Facebook so they know I'm a good person. I don't look for that. I don't look for, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't look for, pleasure. I don't look for pressure when I'm helping out people. I just want to help them out because that's the right thing to do. And I strive to help people out. Okay, Kevin, what do you got to say?
It's what you were just talking about, Galatians 1:20. Obviously, I'm not trying to do any approval of people, but of God. If pleasing people were my goal, I would not be my slave. That's basically saying. I mean, like you said, oh my gosh, it doesn't matter, but you shouldn't care what other people think of you when you're helping something that they might not like, but God sees you.
Why are we trying to please the world when we should only be pleasing God? The world's got nothing to offer that he doesn't, except for sin. So, anyone else got anything to say? Yes?
One thing I wanted to add, you know, even when we help others, it's okay for us to ask God for help. Quick testimony, the Hill County Christian Academy, last year I asked to start a Bible club. I got no response, but I knew God wanted me to do it. He put it on my heart. So I kept praying, and it got to the point where I started doubting, like, is this really what he wanted to do? I asked God for clarity, because sometimes I have trouble with that. So I asked him, if you want me to do this, help me find, we have to find a teacher to be in the classroom with me. One of the teachers or staff to, so they could approve it. The second was just full. I just completely forgot about it. And during announcements, the second week of school, they announced the Bible Club was approved. And that just came direct to my mind. So it's okay to ask for help too, from God. It's not just helping others, but help for yourself. That's what I wanted to add.
Y'all know what that was? That was our very first testimony ever told. So let's give it up for her. Yeah. First testimony ever told. Anyone want to go up the train? My fault. That was a lame joke. Okay, so if anyone wants to say anything else, now would be a chance. Yes, ma'am?
You can go up there.
Yeah, you can come up here if you want.
Okay. Going off of what Shaylin said about also, did you say about like also telling them that it's wrong, or was it?
I said all.
I feel like that's also part of discernment, because even though they're your friend, they're your best friend, or they're just like the person you go to church with and your church friend, and you see them doing something wrong, clearly very wrong. Don't be shy, or don't be embarrassed, or don't feel scared like, oh, maybe they won't want to be friends with me anymore because I'm going to tell them that they're doing something wrong. They're going to think I'm judging them. No, you're just saving them spiritually from their soul, from their soul being astray. That's a big thing, because you watching them do these things that are clearly not glorifying God. If you don't say anything, if you don't speak up, also do it privately. Don't do it publicly, because also that's another thing. That's just like, that's not nice. That's your friend. Right? So do it privately and talk to God. And if they still don't do anything about it, talk to someone in the upper level to help you out as well. That's something that maybe they might do this, but you won't really notice it until you're long gone. I just wanted to piggyback what you said.
Thank you. Okay, anyone? Jackson, you got something to say? Okay, Jackson.
I forgot his name, but does anybody know the person that was out? Yeah, I just want to say, can everybody keep him in your prayers?
His name is Darren.
Derek,
What grade is he in?
hey, you got his mic, but
His name is Darian? Darian, okay. Praise for Darian. Sounds pretty scary for being in 8th grade. I don't know. So definitely praise for him. That's crazy. That's, yeah. Okay, anyone else got anything to say? Okay, well, now we're going to give it up for the new people. Okay? Give it up for Ari. He's new. Give it up for Cole. Give it up for Sand and Sue. Did I miss anyone? Hallie is new too. Give it up for Hallie. Anyone else? Yeah, Eli's been here.
he was?
One last announcement. We are going to try to eat out with the group every month. We had our first group meet out at El Charro Friday. It was pretty good. We got to laugh, ate some pretty good food. Yeah, pretty good. So yeah, we are going to try to do that some more, get to know each other a bit more. We are planning to have a testimony night soon where we just get together, share our testimonies. We're able to put more details into that once we get more figured out. But that's all the announcements I have. Now we are going to close off and take a picture together. Okay, let's do this.